All right. First of all, welcome everyone to the X Culture Gymkhana. So, what is today going to look like? Let me just share my screen with you and introduce you to that. So wait one second. Just let me know when you guys can see my screen. Right? Can you guys see my screen?
Yep, I can.
All right. Perfect.
Yes.
Great. Thank you. So hi everyone. Today this is basically what we're going to be doing. We're going to have a series of challenges which will sort of like be important for you to engage with each other and also learn at the same time. So we're going to have some fun activities just like sort of break the ice between all of us. We're also going to be able to like learn about business concepts, etc. We'll get to know each other and just overall have fun. Also, there's going to be prizes for this entire like series of challenges. So there's going to be four challenges that you guys will have, and whoever like wins each one of those challenges will get a prize. Okay, so make sure to participate and overall just have fun. All right, so best of luck. The first challenge is actually a very simple and straightforward one. First of all, you guys might be aware that we have like an Instagram page, a Facebook page, and like potentially a YouTube channel as well. So the first challenge is very straightforward. It's basically a speed run. So whoever can follow all three of these particular accounts the fastest and the first basically wins. So I'm going to send you guys all of the links for all of the accounts in the chat, and you have to sort of make sure that you follow them. And if you can show me that you follow them, that'll be great. So like potentially like sending me like a screenshot in the chat, or like sort of like showing your phone, something along those lines. But yeah, so let's just see like whoever can follow them the fastest. Okay, so someone's done already. So Elena, like, do you have like I guess like proofs? Like, do you want to like show on your phone? I guess.
Yeah, I can share the screenshot actually. So,
Okay, so
like in the group chat, like just wait a minute, I believe.
okay, fair. So yeah, let's wait for a couple of more seconds. Till then, for those of you who joined in like a little bit more recently, basically, what we'll be doing today is a series of activities. Everyone, we'll be having fun like through multiple activities that will sort of like encourage you to engage with each other, learn about business concepts, and just overall have fun, right? So this is the first activity, which was to like sort of follow all three of these accounts. So just like let me know when most of you guys are done, like just like send like a thumbs up. Okay, so we have certain more thumbs ups. So I guess we'll just like wait for like a couple of more seconds and then we'll proceed with the next bit. Okay, all right. So thank you so much for all of you that participated. For the rest of you, I'd encourage you to also like follow us on these like pages, because like overall it's like really important. We like post a lot of like resources over here, interact with the students via these platforms, and it's just a great way to like keep up with the organization. All right. So with that, let us begin our first challenge for the day. So welcome everyone to GeoGuessr. So what is GeoGuessr? GeoGuessr is an activity that we will be hosting right now. It is your way to get an insight into the world. All right. So the rules of the game are very simple. You guys might have already played GeoGuessr via the app or like potentially with your friends. But this time around, it's going to be a little bit different. You're going to have 30 seconds to guess the particular place that you'll be shown from the clues. So you'll be given two clues about a particular place alongside a Google Street View, and you have access to two lifelines. So how do you access these lifelines? You basically introduce them by just like unmuting yourself, and like if everyone's in agreement with that, you can like give a thumbs up or like a thumbs down, and like judging by the majority, we will either like give you the lifeline or not. So coach expertise is basically giving the ability to the rest of the coaches, such as we have an array of coaches actually with us. We have Ankit, Luisa, we have the X Culture Academy coordinator as well, Leon Maspero, we have Beatrix. So they can help you out. Or MC Clue is basically me, the master of the ceremony, sort of giving you a hint. And you have to use them wisely because you have only two of these. So if those rules are clear, just like give a thumbs up. If you want me to explain something else, just like let me know. So you can either react with a thumbs up, or like you can like post like post like a message in the chat. All right, I'm not really seeing any thumbs up, so like I'm assuming that you guys want me to go over the rules again. So like could any one of you just like confirm? Okay, we have like a few thumbs ups. Great. All right. So how do you earn points in this game? It's very simple. Firstly, you guess the country which has been shown via the photo. Then you guess the city to get an additional point, the exact city. And if you're able to do all of those and name another city within the same country, you get a third additional point. All right. So if that's clear and if everyone's clear about that, let us begin. So like, could you just like give me a thumbs up if everyone's ready to begin? All right, great. Cool. So your first challenge for this activity is this particular city. So you can see the street view of this particular city on your screen. Two fun facts about the city are that this was the first and the only European capital to ever exist outside of Europe. So what do I mean by that? It's the first and the only capital of a European country to exist outside of Europe. And the city was named after a European city that does not exist, after a river that does not exist. So you have 30 seconds on the clock and your time starts now. So, yeah. Whoever guesses first basically wins this particular round. So the time's ticking, guys. Just throw out guesses of the names of cities, etc. Cities, countries, you can guess either. So where do you think this might be in the world? Okay, I'm not seeing many guesses. Okay, we have one, which is Reykjavik. That's an interesting guess. Do we have any other guesses? Come on, you can look at the photo. Okay, so we have Lebanon, Beirut. That's a great guess too. Coaches, do we have any guesses from the coaches? So, Luisa, do you want to play along and potentially like tell me what do you think this is? Luisa, you're on mute.
It's hard. A
Okay.
European capital outside of Europe. I cannot think of the one that it is.
Yeah, exactly. And like that's why I'm wondering why are you guys saying Spain? Because like I said European capital outside of Europe. So I mean Spain's very much in Europe, but fair enough. So like the answer to this is Rio de Janeiro, Rio de Janeiro. I'm not exactly sure the correct pronunciation. If we have any Brazilians, please do correct us. But Rio was actually the capital of Portugal for a couple of years when Portugal was invaded. Yeah, so it was named after a particular river that actually doesn't exist, or like there's actually no trace of it. But there's a lot of like, because Rio actually means river, but there's a lot of contestation over like what actually Rio meant. So that was the first round, and good try actually, guys. Some of you got close, some of you were a little bit too far off, but that's all right. I think this one will be easier. So the name of the city literally translates to fragrant harbor, and a dish that consists of filling wrapped in a thin paper literally translates to touch the heart originated from the city. And you can see a little screenshot of a city right now. So where do you guys think this is? So let's ask another coach this time around. Beatrix, where do you think this is?
I don't know. The photo is not of a good quality so that I can see the what is written on the board.
I mean, that's the point of like Street View, I guess. But like, so do we have any guesses in the chat, guys?
I would say
Hey,
it's rather
we could-
Chinese territory, as like people say in the chat, or like Japanese. I'm not sure.
okay, so like, what would you say? What place would that be? Okay, so we have a Hong Kong guess. Any other guesses in the chat?
I don't know. I can't take any guesses because I might be really wrong, and
Okay, fair.
that would be bad. I'm on Luis's view. I will just let others guess.
Okay. Also, like, guys, I see like not a lot of y'all are participating. So like, I really encourage you to like participate because it's fun. Like, if more of you like participate, and also like there's some exciting prizes for up for grabs. So yep. So China is another one. And someone's guessing Kathmandu. Okay, so I guess we've already spent okay, so I can see Ankit like furiously shaking his head. Ankit, why do you think it's not Kathmandu?
Clearly from the picture.
Okay, fair. Someone's
no any
guessed,
tall building.
okay, someone's guessed Kyoto as well. So the answer, someone actually got it right. So it was, I believe, Olena who guessed it. It's actually Hong Kong. Okay, so Kowloon's like an area in Hong Kong. So that's a bit too specific. I don't think we can give points out for that, but like because but like I'd say like someone who guessed like China would also be technically correct in this case because it's like a close by region as well. So, but like Kowloon is a little bit too specific, but fair enough. All right. Moving on, we have another city. This time, this particular city was where the world's first heart transplant occurred. And this was the first city outside Europe. So again, clue, it's not in Europe, to have a blue certificate for its beaches. This was in particular, I think, the hardest, like when like a lot of us, like the coaches saw this particular image. I don't think anyone was able to guess this. So do try your luck, guys.
Like if I have to say for this one, I made a guess from the first clue only.
Sorry?
Without
Yeah.
that picture.
What
From the
would,
first clue.
okay, what would you say it is?
Like I will allow other like the
Okay, fair,
other
fair.
people.
So we have someone saying Denmark, someone saying Cape Town. Come on, guys, I want the rest of y'all to participate as well. So like we have a lot of people in the chat who aren't responding. Okay, so someone's like messaged South Africa, but like that's the country. Someone said Kaapstad. I don't know that place. Where is Kaapstad? South Africa somewhere, Brazil, and someone.
Like, sorry, give me a second. I don't know this name in English, and just I wrote it in Polish. So just give me a moment.
No worries. That's perfectly fine. Okay, so also like guys, don't worry. Like these places won't be like really weird, like weirdly small places. Like these are like all fairly big cities around the world. So like you guys like would be able to recognize them. So I'll give like a couple of more seconds like for you to like translate the Polish name into English, but like once you're done, like we'll just like move on. Okay, I think so you also like translated it to Cape Town. Perfect. Okay. So yeah, the guys that guessed Cape Town were correct. So this is in fact Cape Town, South Africa. We have someone from South Africa. Leon Masfero, do you want to tell us a little bit about Cape Town?
Well, I must say, when you did show me the picture, I didn't recognize it myself. So maybe I'm not the best person to be asking. Yeah, what do you want to know about Cape Town? I can't tell you that much. I was like 13 when I went there, so I don't have a great memory of it.
13 is actually not pretty young though, but like it's like what is Cape Town known for?
Okay.
And like what are certain things to see in Cape Town?
Okay, well, I mean, obviously there's Table Mountain. I think everyone can associate that with Cape Town, which is pretty cool. There's also the very famous boardwalk. I forgot the name. Don't judge me. Which has like a lot of cultural aspects, etc. And markets that are really cool as well. And then there's also the wine estates, but majority of you are too young to be drinking wine, at least in South Africa. So I'm just going to bypass that one kind of, but there's a lot of wine estates around, also really beautiful. And there's a question in the chat I saw, let me just quickly answer. Yes, Pretoria is also in South Africa.
Oh,
Fun
wow.
fact,
Okay.
actually, just going off of that, South Africa, if I'm not mistaken, is the only country with 3 capital cities. So yeah.
So, like, do you want to tell us the 3 capital cities?
I was hoping you weren't going to ask. Wait, it's Cape Town, Pretoria, and I think Bloemfontein is the other one.
Yes, that's right. All right. So, okay, let's move to the next question. So that's round 4. So this city has Asia's largest cross. So, like, just like, what do I mean by cross? It's like a Christian cross or like a Catholic cross. So like the largest one in Asia is within the city, and the city is a major fishing port, and many of its residents are descendants of fishermen. So like a couple of you can like probably tell just looking at just image. Okay, so we have a guess that says Japan Shibuya. Okay, that's an interesting guess. Let's ask someone else from the coaching program. Do we have someone else? Okay, we do not. Okay, that's disappointing. Why didn't the rest of them join? So let's see. Leon, actually, where do you think this is? I haven't asked you to guess so far.
You know, I am the worst person to ask this if I can't even recognize my own country.
But like,
somewhere in
try
Asia.
it.
Does that count? Do I get a point?
My lord, I did not think of that. That is such a good idea. So someone's guessing Indonesia as the country. That's an interesting guess. Ankit, what about you? What do you think this is? Okay, someone's very confidently typing Pakistan in all caps. Someone's excited about that.
I also think the same, like seeing the Urdu letter there.
So I guess someone's guessing Japan, Shibuya, Tokyo. Yeah, no worries. That's perfectly fine if you didn't mean to do it in caps. Somewhere around India, and someone's guessing Kerala. Okay, that's an interesting guess. Karachi, Pakistan. I don't know. Okay, so someone's saying Pakistan. My bad. I'm assuming that's what you mean by MB. Okay, so let's move on. So yeah, I guess some of you all did guess it right. It is Karachi, which is in Pakistan. Do we have any Pakistani people here? If not, I guess the fellow South Asians, Ankit and I, can like sort of introduce Karachi. So I guess I'll go first. So being an Indian, like you actually do hear a lot about Karachi. Karachi's very famous for like food city. There's a lot of like cultural diversity in Karachi. There's people who like there's Chinese people, there's African people, there's people from Central Asia, there's people from India, and there's a lot of like different religions in Karachi. So it's actually like a big melting pot. Ankit, do you want to add anything?
Only one thing, like it was the capital of Pakistan before Islamabad.
Oh yeah, correct. That is true. It was like one of Pakistan's capitals before Islamabad. And yes. So let's move on. All right. So this should be like a fairly easy guess. So this is a really big city. There are more cars than people within the city, but I feel like that's the case with most big cities. One of the biggest film industries settled here in order to get away from a crazy inventor. So, I mean, you can ignore the last bit and you can focus purely on the first bit. And I'm pretty sure like all of you know the name of this city. So I guess, let's see, who wants to give it a try? Beatrix, you want to give it a shot?
I'm not more confident than Leon is, so I will keep it to myself. I don't know. I mean,
yeah,
I'm
sure.
not good at this game.
Fair. I mean, like considering Leon has like seen the slides, this shouldn't have been a challenge, but
and she still got it wrong.
Yes. I showed her the slides like
Thank you
10
for
minutes before.
exposing me. Thank you. I appreciate it.
That's perfectly fine. All right. The rest of y'all, where do y'all think this is? So we have a guess, Los Angeles, USA. That's a good guess. Also, I'm just going to take this chance to appreciate the background music that I have selected. Any Wii Sports or Wii fans in the audience will appreciate this classic. But moving swiftly back, okay, do we have any other guesses? Los Angeles, Virginia Beach, Los Angeles, USA. So wait, is your guess Virginia Beach as the city and like Los Angeles is the other city, or is Los Angeles the city that you're guessing?
Isn't a state like Virginia Beach is a city in the state of like in the country of US?
Yeah, no, so like going back to the previous rule, like is Los Angeles like the city that you're guessing, and is like Virginia Beach the other city that you're saying that
No,
it's
no, Virginia Beach is a city.
okay, like the
And LA is like another city of the country.
okay, fair.
Or also
Okay.
it's a state where it's
Okay, no, okay, fair enough. Someone's
So
guessing.
my city is Virginia Beach. Yeah.
Oh wait, okay, so you're from Virginia Beach?
No. My
Okay, wait.
city, like my guess is.
I understood. I'm sorry, I got that confused. Someone's guessing Mumbai, India. As someone who is from Mumbai, India, I find this deeply offensive and yet at the same time deeply relatable because there's way too many cars here. San Marino is an entire country, or is it a city? I mean, to be fair, it's like a very small country, so I guess like that could count as a city as well. San Vicente in the Philippines. I butchered that name, but that's an interesting guess. All right, let's move on to the next. Let's move on to the answer. So the answer was actually Los Angeles. So the place is Los Angeles. So those of you that guessed that, good job, good on you. USA was the right country. The crazy inventor actually was this famous man called Thomas Alva Edison, the guy who invented the light bulb as well. So the reason was that he actually owned a lot of the patents for movies. And he lived in New Jersey. So like filmmakers wanted to run away as far as possible so like they could maintain their intellectual property rights. And finally, we have one last city. So while not being in Argentina, this city has many mural statues and stadium, like the plural of stadium, dedicated to an Argentine. And this entire city has been declared a World Heritage Site. So I'm wondering, are any of your cities like declared like World Heritage Sites? Because like, Leon, correct me if I'm wrong, but there's a couple in South Africa, right? That are World Heritage Sites.
Yes, that is correct. Yes.
Interesting. There's actually not many like cities, I'd say, in India, but there's a couple of like villages. I feel like Banaras is a World Heritage Site in India. So it's like filled with rivers, etc. So any guesses, guys? This is the last round. Okay, so we have someone guessing Rome, Italy. That's a good guess. Paphos is where exactly? Is it in Greece? I'm assuming, I'm not sure. Brazil. Someone's guessing Brazil. That's interesting. I doubt they'll have murals of Argentines in Brazil because, like, you know, like the football rivalry between the two nations is very intense. Cyprus is another guess. Okay, Paphos is in Cyprus. Interesting. Chile, Santiago, Spain. No worries about the caps. That's perfectly okay. So I guess due to time constraints, let's just move on to the answer. Wait 1 second. Do we have someone guessed Napoli, Italy? All right. Yep, because that is the right answer. It is Naples in Italy. So Napoli or Naples is home to the Diego Maradona Stadium, Diego Maradona being a famous Argentine footballer. And that's because he played for the Napoli team. So yep, that was that. So we've already made note of like the most active people for this game, and we've taken like into account like whoever was participating the most. So we'll like get into that after the end of this activity. All right. So with that, let's move on to the next bit. And this next bit's going to need you guys to like get up and move a little bit more. So just get ready to do that. Also, if you guys have like a pen or a paper close to you, you might want to like sort of use that, or like if you have like your mobile device next to you, that would also be helpful. So I'm gonna like basically create this particular game, and that I'd ask all of you to join. So I'm gonna send a link in the chat, so please do join. So there's a link in the chat, and if you can't join it via that, you can go to joinmyquiz.com and enter this particular code. Okay, so we have one person. So let's try to get like a decent number. So coaches, I'd encourage you guys to join as well. Okay, the music's kind of boring me, so I'm just gonna mute it. Fair enough. Do we have any coaches? Guys, coaches, come on, join. Ankit, Leon, Patrick.
I'm trying to.
Yeah, Louisa, good. Join. We have to set an example for the rest of the students right now because we are responsible and we love to engage, guys. Good. Come on, guys. I'm like looking for like more people to join in. So we have only 11 right now, 12. We have 23 people, not including me, within this meeting. So let's at least try to reach like 16, 17 at least, I guess. 17 is a fair number. Also, like, don't worry if you can't join in right now because of like Wi-Fi reasons. You will be able to join in like over the course of the game as well. But like, it's important that you try to join in as soon as possible. Okay, I guess like we can try to hit 20. And then I'll start. Okay, perfect. Let's start. So welcome to the business scavenger hunt. This is going to be the more educational section within today's session. You're going to learn a lot more about business. You're going to do a lot more research relating to business. So what are we going to do today? And what are we going to focus on within this game? Today, we're going to learn about business. Business is the study of people more than the study of markets. It's the key to understanding business. That's like important for all fields and subjects. And yeah, how are you going to do this? You're going to do this through a lot of activities. You're going to have to move around, roam around your house potentially, and just get ready to like get going. So with that, let's begin with the first challenge. So your first challenge is draw the first brand logo that comes to your mind when thinking about businesses that tackle the problem in the particular image. So you guys would have the image of like an earth that's melting, and so I'd request you guys to like draw and like submit a particular brand that comes to your mind right off the bat that particularly tackles this issue. So there's a lot of brands that obviously work to solve this problem, but it's important to identify and correlate the problem with the solution. And this will be a really important part of your report structure as well, because you'll have to identify what exactly is your client company solving, and then look to identify competitors of your client company. So come on, I'm waiting on some responses, guys. Do we have any responses? No, we don't as of yet. Is anyone facing any technical difficulty? Just like let me know if you are. Wow, no responses. That's interesting. Coaches, how about y'all? Are y'all able to like draw?
I'm trying, but I don't know.
Like
what is happening.
I can. I'm just in a dilemma currently.
Okay. So you're not able to like you're able to draw, right?
I am, yeah.
Okay. So wait, let's see. Luisa has responded. Okay. Wait, let's see. Luisa, what response is this? What is that supposed to be?
It's the plastic soup surfer. It's a Dutch guy, and he has a company that has made like a device to basically get all the plastic trapped and then get it out of the sea.
Okay, fair. Let's look at this one by Abdul. Is that supposed to be Nike's logo? Abdul, are you there?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, it's supposed to be for Nike. Yeah.
Okay, so like, do you want to talk a little bit about like how like Nike's helping solve this particular issue, or do you think that it's causing this problem?
Well, actually, I do not know if Nike company would contribute to solving this issue. Actually, do
Okay.
not know.
That's understandable. Okay, we have an interesting one here. Wait, let's just wait one second. Let's disable the timer right now. And just like look at the rest of the responses. Let's just like look at everyone's responses right now, and then we can ask a couple of you guys to just like talk about them. Ankit, okay, that's an interesting one. So Ankit, do you think Tesla is helping like solve the problem?
In some extent, I guess.
Okay, fair. Alexander, do you want to talk a little bit about how you feel Nestle is like helping solve this problem? Okay, that's, I guess, that's perfectly fine. So does anyone else want to talk about their drawing? What is this supposed to be? Is it Patagonia? What company is that?
Yeah, it's Patagonia. It's like an outdoor clothing brand, and they're donating all of their profits in order to help fight climate change.
Okay, that's
And
it.
I
Yeah.
have a question for Ela. Like, did you join the Civics Unplugged Fellowship by any chance?
Can you repeat your question? I didn't get it.
Civics Unplugged Fellowship.
I'm not sure what you're talking about, so probably not.
I guess then I guess you didn't join. Like,
No worries.
probably.
No worries. All right. But thank you for that drawing. That's an interesting brand. I had never heard of that, but that's so cool to like learn about this. So is it like in your country? I'm assuming it is. Okay, so with that, let's end this question for now and let's move on to the next one. So let's see, what do we have with us right now? Okay, so for a successful business to work, you need a few things: universality, appeal, uniqueness, and comprehensibility. Based on these four factors, find a slogan of a business from your country that you think fits these characteristics the best. So like a slogan would be like, I'm loving it, which is like McDonald's slogan. So yep, what do you guys think? I feel like one from my country, which is India, one of them could be Amul, the taste of India. Amul's like this butter brand or butter company. They make like milk products, and like they basically have like the largest share or like control over the milk market. So like anything that you could say like that comes from milk, for example, whether it be milk plainly or like butter or ice creams or chocolates, etc. They make everything. And so I guess like the taste of India is sort of like so unique because it like appeals to everyone within this country. And so that's why I think that's an example. So I can't wait to hear like some from your countries. Okay, so let's ask someone else. Let's ask Leon. Leon, what do you think is like the most iconic South African brand? You look very upset that I'm asking you.
I was on Google trying to find some, because the thing is, there's a lot of startups in South Africa and like small businesses, but like they're not really out there, so it's kind of hard to find ones that actually have their slogans and stuff out there. I'm just bad at that. I think I'm just very uncultured in my own culture. I've just realized in this session. So thank you for presenting that to me, but I don't
Okay.
have an answers.
Okay, no, but like, okay, maybe not like a slogan, but like when I say the word South Africa, what's like one company that comes to mind?
Why are you doing this to me? Okay, I will
Okay.
think and I'll get back to you.
Fair enough. All right. So Ankit says Bank Pani, Sathi Pani. Ankit, do you want to explain?
It's in Nepali, like it tells that we are bank also and we are friend also.
Okay,
Like
so
it
like,
is one of the slogan of a bank, NICS. Yeah.
okay, that's so cool. So, Maxim says simple, innovative, better. Kyivstar. What's Kyivstar?
It's a mobile operator provider.
Oh, okay, that's cool. So your sweet pleasure, Roshan. What is Roshan supposed to be? Does it sounds like a
It's
sweet?
a Ukrainian company which makes chocolates and other,
Oh, okay,
you know.
that's interesting. Okay. We take and do private bank, or like I'm mispronouncing that, but like, so I'm assuming that's a bank. Generous, reliable, simple, smart, and always accessible. Whoa, that's a long slogan. What company is that?
Dacia. It's like Romania's old car.
Oh yeah, the car brand, right? Yeah.
The logans and everything. Like it was bought by Renault, but it's still Romanian. So
Okay, fair. But that's a really long slogan.
yeah, I mean, but they are. I mean, there's like a belief back at home. There is no part of a Dacia that you can't fix with some tape and iron wire. So they're really reliable and strong and yeah, and accessible. My mom does have like a Jeep from them.
All right. Like, so sorry about that. So let's see. We have some more responses, I guess. I'm not gonna try to pronounce this one. So like, if you want to like unmute yourself and read that, that would be great. But we have also betcha can't eat just one. Okay, that's interesting. So I mean, like, I'd say like out of all of these, like one of the best ones I think is like this one, the Kyivstar one. That's such a like simple and like effective slogan. So with that, let's move on to the next activity, everyone. So your next challenge is to find in your country the most popular form of social media. So I'd personally say in my country, Facebook is still the most popular, like because Facebook's just like the most popular amongst the older generation and also the newer generation. Because like people kind of like Facebook because it's just like everything all together. Like you have like videos and like photos and stuff. I mean, I don't really like Facebook, but like I guess a lot of people do. Let's see. So we have a lot of people saying Instagram and TikTok. No one's saying Snapchat. That's interesting. Or other. Okay. Whoever like responded other, do you want to talk to us a little bit about like which app it is in your country?
I asked for the other, and I guess that Viber is the most popular in the Ukraine.
Oh, okay, that's interesting. Wow, so I guess Instagram is the most popular worldwide. That's interesting. So you'll get to see that like all of you within your teams will also have to use different kinds of applications because there different kinds of apps are popular all around the world, and this is an issue that you'll face. Now, what's the most popular form of communication in your country? So we have WhatsApp, Telegram, Snapchat, iMessage, or other. So not a lot of takers for Snapchat and iMessage. I guess those like really popular amongst the American crowd, but a lot of people saying something else apart from WhatsApp or Telegram. So like, what would those applications be? So anyone who wants to say something like who said other, like, do you want to talk about it?
For us, it is Facebook Messenger.
Oh, okay, that's interesting. So like even for like everyday communication, like just like talk to friends and stuff.
Yeah, for everyday, for school work, everything.
Oh wow, okay. Yeah, that's interesting. Anyone else?
Yeah, in Ukraine it's Viber.
Okay, fair. So I'm assuming like that app's like an all-inclusive like form of like social media and everything. Okay, so someone else also says Messenger. So I guess like Messenger is like also really popular. All right. And your next and last challenge, before we move on to our final activity, is draw the most common product or service that is used in and around your house. There's bonus points if you can bring that product and show it to all of us. So I'd say like in my house, the most common product is probably I guess water bottles. And like so there's this particular Indian brand of water bottles called Bisleri. And I guess that's the most popular in my house. But I'm excited to see what's the most popular in your houses, or like just generally in your life. Do we have any responses? Nope, not as of yet. Louisa, what about you? What do you think is like the most iconic Dutch brand?
Well, not per se a Dutch brand, but something I found out that's not a staple in all countries, and is an electric kettle to boil tea. Also very common in the UK, but I found out recently that in the US it's like a new thing, and apparently people make tea in their microwave.
Oh, okay. Wow. Okay, that's interesting. Like we don't even make tea like using kettles. We just like boil water on the stove. But that's interesting. Okay, let's see this one. Indomie. Okay, fair. Indomie is like such an amazing brand. I love Indomie. Whenever like I can get it, I get it. It's like the best kind of like instant ramen. For those of you who haven't tried it, try Indomie. It's amazing. Um, let's see what Beatrix is saying. What is that supposed to be, Beatrix?
A dehumid this thingy against vapors.
Oh, okay, fair. That's
All the students live in like all kind of houses, and we really need it. I mean, we have like humid air in here. I don't know. Is that like a Dutch thing, Louisa? Because everyone that I
Well-
know has this thing in their rooms.
okay. I'm really
Student housing is quite bad in the Netherlands, so that's the
okay, fair. I'm really intrigued by this diagram of floor. I wouldn't really say floor is a product, but touche, I guess. Like someone does make it and sell it, so like you're not wrong about that. Horlicks. Oh, Ankita, do you want to talk to them about Horlicks? Because Horlicks is like the childhood of every South Asian kid ever.
Yeah, I have a bottle too next to me.
Oh wait,
It's,
like your
Horlicks.
yeah, perfect.
I take it during a winter season, so my body become warm, hot milk. Like it's similar to the what we call the chocolate milk or for the other people, but it's sweet one, not the chocolate one.
Yeah. So like for those
It's
of you who
sweet.
don't know, so like Horlicks is like this brand. I guess it's like British origin, but like it came to India, and like South Asia after that. And like it's basically like this mix that you add to milk. It's kind of similar to like Ovaltine or Milo, for those of you like living in other countries, and it tastes amazing. Like and like you can make it into like ice cream and stuff, and like that tastes even better. So someone else is also saying Indomie, Pantene. Okay, fair. I get that. What is this supposed to be? Is this supposed to be a water bottle? I'm assuming. Oh, someone said
Yes,
like,
it is.
oh wow, okay. And someone sent bread, I'm assuming. What is this supposed to be, Louisa? What on earth is that?
the electric kettle I was talking about.
Oh, okay. That looks more like a chair, but like fair. I get that. Aqua Ultra Milk. What is Ultra Milk? Is it like I'm assuming it's a milk brand, but like okay, fair. iGas stove. Again, assuming that's like a gas stove. But okay, so let's just wait for like a couple more seconds, like for people to send in their stuff. So water and bread. Okay, that's a good guess. Okay. I'm again gonna pick on Leon because like Leon's the only one who hasn't submitted something. Leon, what's the most common item in your house, like common branded product?
Why?
What do you mean? Why? You're the only one amongst the coaches who's not engaging. Okay, so it's not my fault.
I was busy. Okay. No.
Oh,
Okay.
wow.
Okay. Well, we don't buy water, so I can't say water because we just have water. We can drink the tap water. I guess like this natural product called Nature's Own. Like a majority of our products either like toiletries or like cleaning products are all from Nature Zone. So I guess them, but they're not really branded. They're like a small company, but I would go with that, I guess.
Fair. That's interesting. All right. And yeah, so that is the end of that. So congratulations for those of you who participated. And thank you for like playing that particular game. So Leon, do we have time for the last activity, or do you want to like wrap up?
How long would that one take?
Okay, so let's just like instead of doing the entirety of like the series of activities, let's just do like the problems and let's just ask people to like solve them, because I think that's more important.
Okay.
Okay, so your final activity, guys, is going to be a series of challenges that will be sent to you, like that will be shown to you on screen, and they're going to be like simulated problems. So your task is to basically respond to each one of those challenges. These will be simulating challenges that you'll actually face within your global virtual teams. So it's important that you try your best to sort of understand your answers to these problems and figure out like viable solutions to them as well. So your problem number one is that you've been placed on a team with a lot of free riders. They said that they don't respond to your messages because they're busy because of school. What should be your reaction? So type in your message in the chat or feel free to unmute. We might ask you to like present your answer in a couple of minutes. So like I'm like looking forward to like some really detailed answers within the chat. Again, try your best to like come up with your solutions, because this will be something that you might face within the practical phase. So I guess let's also like hear it from the coaches. When you guys were students, did you guys face like free riding? I know I particularly did. What about the rest of you?
I didn't. Like everyone was active in my team.
Oh wow, that's rare. So yeah. So the rest of y'all, what you might take from that is that free riding is a very common problem. You most probably will have at least one free rider within your team, like someone who's not ready to like sort of like put in the amount of work. And yeah, so it's important to like sort of understand that you have to like work around that challenge. So do we have any responses? Let's just wait a couple more seconds. Luisa, how about you? Did you have a free riding problem within your team?
Yeah, we did have some free riding problems.
So like how do you work?
I think for us it was just like making sure we have two people for each thing. So if you have somebody checking up on you, that really helps. And also if you have concerns, going to the coach and also filling in the peer reviews honestly also really helps.
Okay.
And also communicating. If you think somebody is not doing enough, maybe they think they are this, so you should be nice and say, hey, is everything okay? Do you have anything preventing from, can we maybe do something scheduling wise?
Okay.
So we can work around your exam week, for example.
Fair. So I think working without them is actually a very drastic measure. I'm taking these from the responses in the chat. So guys, like what you have to do with the case of free riding is that like it's really important to understand that people might be having like a tough time genuinely. Personally, they might not actually want to be free riders, but because of personal reasons, they might be. So it's important to first like figure out what the problem is, discuss with them, try to encourage them to like work as often as possible, and also be, instead of giving bad reports within the peer evaluations, give an honest evaluation. If you feel like they're honestly like having personal problems, then reflect that. If you feel like they're like just not doing work, also like show that within your evaluation. So yep, I'd basically say that. Okay, so let's move on to the next one. I'm looking for like more responses, guys, because it would be really, really helpful for you guys as well. So try to participate as often. So you found that one of your teammates has plagiarized a large part of their report and are worried because it's close to your final deadline. What do you do? Okay, so we have one long response to the first one, so I'll just read that out. I guess it's very important to have a conversation about it with the particular person or in the team. Communication, it's like everything. Also, not a bad idea to talk to the ex-culture graduate or maybe a mentor for some type of help or advice. Lastly, from my point of view, it's important at the beginning of your group's existence to show that communication is important. Plus, guys, we are here together. Okay, so instead of doing like talking to like graduates or mentors, etc., we will like rather encourage you to talk to your coaches because they are basically graduates and mentors. Do you?
Okay,
we,
I was just missing the word, so
okay, yeah,
I used
no worries.
something else.
No worries, no worries. But like this is like pretty detailed and like pretty much in line with what we would say. So let's look at problem 2 now. So you found that one of your teammates has plagiarized a large part of the report and are worried because it's close to your final deadline. What do you do? So let's just look at this last one because we're running a little bit short of time, and then we'll move into like a round of updates right after this. Oh, also we have to announce the winners. All right, guys, I'm looking for like some more responses to this last problem. So potentially like if you guys can like type your responses. So yeah, I'm gonna ask this to Beatrix. Beatrix, in your entire coaching experience, have you ever faced problems with students plagiarizing?
Plagiarizing, I don't remember that much. I think that we had like one case and like the students had I guess like 2 or 3 weeks to solve that, but it was like really hasty. I think that like everyone was really committed to that special case. We really did like they tried their best, everyone was on high alert, and I think that like the coaches give feedbacks like every 2 or 3 days in that short amount. I think that they had like really a few days before like submitting their final report.
Okay, fair. Okay, so we have 2 responses. So tell her or him to stop. Sooner or later, the teacher and their parents will find out. Or problem 2, communication, talking with that person. Why can we help you? Would you like some time for your report? Deciding the whole team what we're going to do right now. Okay, both of you are sort of right and wrong in your own ways. So one, it's really important to tell them to stop like as soon as possible because you're close to the final deadline. It's really important to also like ask them if you can help them. But overall, it's your duty to primarily work on like sort of refining the report and then dealing with everything else. So I feel like both of you have like sort of highlighted that overall really well. But yeah, so I feel like that was a good series of responses to this particular set of problems. And due to time constraints, let's move on into a round of updates. And Leon, once you're done with the updates, I'll just like announce the winners, right? And the prize.
Yes, perfect. Okay, so main update is please just make sure that by tomorrow you all complete your module 3 exam. You should all have access, and I hope you're already working on it or already finished. If you do have any issues with any of your exams, you all should have received a message from one of our lead coaches, coaching managers, or admin team as support. So you can always reach out if you do have any technical issues or if you didn't receive the link, etc. And we'll always be more than happy to help you. So next week is the last week of the theoretical phase, so you should be really, really proud of yourselves. And I'll just quickly ask if there's any questions that anybody has before we go on to the prizes. Feel free to unmute yourself or put it in the chat. No? Okay, cool. Tejas, well then I think you can go for it. And I'm going to make you host because I'm going to jump off to go and start the other meeting.
All right, thank you. So we're quickly just going to like go through like one last response that was like given for the last question, which was problem 2. I'd organize a team meeting where we would rephrase and improve the part. Let's contact the person who wrote the part and try to help. So I guess that basically nails it. Thank you so much for all of your responses and thank you so much for engaging today. The special prize is that we're going to be shouting you guys out, the ones that have been like the most active on our social media platforms. So that's like Instagram and Facebook. In this case, obviously we can't really shout you out on YouTube. But what I would request you guys to do is like to send me like your like Instagram handles or like Facebook handles. And now, basically, how do we judge who has won? Okay, we have one more response to the last one. I would try to divide this part to the smaller ones and give each member the smaller part. This would improve the productivity of rewriting. Okay, that is an interesting way of looking at it, but giving each member a smaller part would might also lead to creation of more ambiguity, because maybe the parts might not align. So it's important that all of you work together. I would recommend that personally as a coach. But yeah, so let's look at the prizes. So for the first challenge, we had Elena, who won because she was the one who submitted screenshots of her